Hey, productive mommies and daddies out there. I know it's not Mom Monday, but I just wanted to jump on because I had just a really positive thought that I wanted to share with you. So, before that, though, I'll share my devotion or my declaration for today. And that is I am who God says that I am. My breakthrough is 3 feet and 1 degree away, and I'll explain that in a minute. And I won't give up. So, those are my declarations for today. And again, I just want to encourage you, if you don't already have declarations, to try it out. You don't have to do it every day, but just try, especially when you've got something that's on your heart or pressing where you're just like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I feel like a declaration of something positive about it and can really help. Just help make a difference. So give that a try. So anyway, this morning I was kind of trying to get myself motivated. I've been not feeling the best lately, kind of, off and on. Monday I really didn't feel good and still not exactly 100%. And one of the things that suffered is just my eating. Like last night I just was eating like crazy, and kind of one of those things where you're like, I know I really need to stop eating this. I'm not even hungry, but I'm just scarfing it down. And I just really just had no self-control. So this morning I was thinking about it, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to put on my some of the positive books that I've been listening to before, and haven't really been doing a lot of listening to good motivational books. So I thought, well, let me put on some of the ones that have helped before. And so one of them, and I hadn't quite finished it, was just had a few more minutes left on it, was Finding Divine Flow by Camille Daly. And she shares at the end of her book the story of a miner, I'm assuming in the Old West, who had found a vein of gold and got all the equipment together, started digging, and they found lots of gold, were able to pay off debts, and then all of a sudden the gold dried up, and they kept digging, found nothing, finally got discouraged, and then sold all their equipment to a junk dealer. So the junk dealer decided to call in a geologist and look into the mine, and found that there was a new vein of gold just 3 feet away from where they had been digging. And so she shares that the person who tells the story decided to use that as a reminder to never give up, and goes on to be quite successful. And then I switched over to listen to another book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And the point that it was at actually shares a similar story, talking about how when, let's say, you're in a cold room with an ice cube and the temperature is 25 degrees and it goes up 1 degree every so often, we don't see any change in that ice cube until you get to 32 degrees, right? Which is the melting point. And all of a sudden you see the ice cube start melting. And he says that is the term he uses is like the quality of latent potential, where we put in an effort into something and we don't see any change, right? The temperature went up from 25 to 31 degrees, and there was no change until you got to 32, which again is the reason why oftentimes we work really hard, we don't see a change, and then we give up. But oftentimes it's that 1 degree, that next degree, where we see kind of the breakthrough. And he says to even if you're watching a stonecutter hitting a rock, they can hit a rock 100 times and not see a change, and then 101 first time it breaks, but it was the 100 strikes on that rock before that actually what caused it to break at the 101st strike. So that's why I just was thinking, like, today, my declaration is my breakthrough is 3 feet and 1 degree away, right? I'm going to keep going, especially with my nutrition and my health, because I do get easily discouraged. Even though I know a lot about like how to do it, I just get discouraged and then don't. But my breakthrough is 3 feet and 1 degree away. And I want to encourage you, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever is in your life that is on your heart, your breakthrough is 3 feet and 1 degree away. Don't give up. Don't give up 3 feet away from your breakthrough, 3 feet away from your dream, 1 degree away from that change that you're looking for, whether it's going to the gym or getting a degree, or learning to communicate with your children without yelling at them when you're upset. You can do it. And so, but we have to stay in it, right? And recognize that it's right around the corner. And then when we get there, I think it was James Clear said, people say, oh, it was an overnight success. Or if you're parenting, they go, oh, well, you just have such great kids, right? Which is a little bit of an insult to you, right? But when you get there, you'll know it's because you didn't give up. It's because you just kept working at it. You kept turning up that temperature. You kept digging, right? You brought in a specialist, which I thought was something that jumped out at me as well. When you hit that frustrating point, instead of just giving up, we can also bring in that specialist, that geologist, or that, whatever it is. You see a counselor or read a book. To just give us that boost and keep going. So it just made me feel like, you know what, I can get back out there. Yesterday was a bad nutrition day for sure. But today is a new day, and I can make different choices today. And then one of the things I realize is that for me, I need to continue to listen to or read positive material, positive information, whether it's the Atomic Habits book or the Finding Divine Flow book, like rereading it, or a positive podcast during the day, because that gives me the kind of helps me to remember and stay focused on my goal or my dream in order to make those better choices. And James Clear doesn't call it a goal. He talks about changing your system. So to work on changing my system in order to reach to change who I see myself as. So that's something that I'm going to get back to doing. And just, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, I'm going to put on something positive that just reminds me of, what I'm in this for, how I can do this, how to stay present, where I don't go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I eat. It doesn't matter, whatever the case is, however I just justify something. But I can do it, and you can too, and I'm not giving up, and I hope that you don't give up on whatever it is that that God has on your heart to do, because the Bible says the race doesn't go to the swift or the strong, but to those who persevere. I don't know exactly where that is in the Bible, but I know if you Google it, you'll find it. So anyway, I hope that blesses you. It just blessed me today, and I thought it was really something to hear the exact same thing in 2 different audiobooks that were in different places. That's one of those things where you go, I think God is talking to me. And so I just wanted to share what I heard today, and I hope that blesses you. Okay, bye.